Divine Love, Twin Souls. Chapter 2, Waiting in the Wings, Divine Feminine. Part 2. My eternal love. This day begins for me with a meditation seeking to know what trauma had occurred to me in this lifetime that I need to fix and thereby remove as one of the blocks from my own self that could prevent complete union between us. I thought I had cleared all negating energies in my life. It turns out there is one, the most brutal. I think I must have blocked it out completely. I prefer to think, though, that I overcame it, put it behind me, and got on with my life. What was it? Abandonment of the type and kind that shamed me as I came of age. Whatever other wounds I had were minor compared to this one, and I promised never to put myself in a position to be so humiliated ever again. I am now releasing it to the universal light energy, to the angel of ultraviolet fire, for transmutation and permanent healing. Every night, after my meditation and just before going to sleep, I hug you very tightly. This divine child became a loner, but in her aloneness, she made connections with the invisible universal essence and life force. She discovered and lost herself several times, while some memories gliding in and out of her consciousness, nearly always evasive, one was nearly always present. It was from this memory that she would greet the rising sun every day, longing for a missing, intangible part of herself that she would later call her mate, her friend, the other half of her soul. She shared this longing with no one ever until she met this person she now believes is her divine counterpart. She sensed when he had arrived on earth, she knew not where. She knew only that she would meet him, not how, not where, not when. She lived as any ordinary girl growing into womanhood, and, not always knowingly, waited. Waiting in the wings. I was touched today, and my spirit waited in the wings for the eagle's flight to paradise, but you were not there. Transported as a child from the tropics to a wintry place, she went further within in search of warmth and love. In this wintry place, she cried for the loss of beauty, the sun, in her life. Her loneliness was without end. Despair enveloped every phase of her life, even when she seemed happy. Miserable, she began again to seek her other half, calling out to him through her tears. Tonight I cried again for you and me, and in your sleep you will feel the kiss of my tears and know that I truly love you. It was in this wintry place she believes that she achieved completion of her human form and soul vehicle. This wintry place became her foundation. She was rebirthed. She was formed into the person she is today. If there is a place called home for her, it is this wintry place, England. It was there that she found spirit, soul, that which animates the body and lifts the soul to the sublime ethers. Come, my love, for without you I am dross matter, waiting for the breath of life. Divine Feminine became certain that wherever her counterpart was on the planet, he would know that she cries for want of him. He would feel her pain. He would seek her. he would find her. Come to me, my love, and with our eyes we shall speak as only those who have spent lifetimes together can. She sought him in the faces of all the males she met, silently asking, "Is it you?" Even when the answer was a distinct no, she would throw herself into finding out what it was about that being with whom she was confronted that seemed so familiar. This became a fault, creating emotional tangles that some would use to their advantage and to her discredit. Come, my love, let's touch souls and be fulfilled as only God could know. Her belief that destiny plays a part in the coming together of souls meant to be together developed as she grew into womanhood. In the beginning, she did not really know for sure what it was she pined for. Neither did she inquire of destiny. She questioned herself about all connections made with the men that were of interest to her. Come to me, my love. Our earthly time is so limited, and already we have lost so much. It is of note that even in the company of others, Divine Feminine was lonely, and this at times terrified her. She searched everywhere at all times for the other half of her soul. Again, not knowing for certain for what she was searching. To others, she appeared always to be in contemplation, disconnected and distant. How long must I wait, my love? How long will you dally? When your spirit knows that it is I who have touched your soul and renewed passions of lifetimes past. Come, my love, and together, like birds released from Earth's gravity, we will touch infinitely the corners of the universe. Find God, and He will be our mentor. Come, my love, heaven awaits us. Diana, being long dead and still confiding in no one, Divine Feminine now asks of her counterpart. My beloved, when you were a child, did you sit in the morning dew to watch the sun breach a mountain range or the horizon? This is a memory from my childhood that came to mind when I met you. If you did, then did you expect the rays to bring someone or something your heart knew was missing? And when the sun breached and you could see it and feel its warmth, was there not still a longing for the person or thing you, in your innocence, thought would arrive with the sun's rays? So it was for me, longing for and loving the missing part of my soul. While she waited, life, as it should, intervened. Divine Feminine got married, had children, and then divorced. During this time, she had let go of her longing. She sought instead spiritual enlightenment. She began a study of mysticism, and she meditated. In one of her meditations, a tiger with 6 eyes charged, growling into her face, but stopped short. The message she received from this was that the tiger is connected to someone who would love her more than anyone ever had. Some years later, Divine Feminine met Run, a son of Otto from Stockholm. They met at a 3-day gathering of people from around the world, each seeking their life's purpose. On the first morning, after breakfast, Run sat some rows behind her as all took turns introducing themselves. He said his name. It seemed with the force of some god, as in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Something in his voice made her turn quickly to see who had spoken. Their eyes locked. They were mesmerized. They lunched together under the watchful eyes of other people. One man actually stood over them as they ate, forcing them to leave lunch unfinished, to walk, followed by some others at a distance, in the rain. They connected then. Felicitous of the way they met, she thought he was the missing part of her soul. Run had lived in India, where his spiritual teacher had informed him that he would find someone looking like Divine Feminine. Run gave her a tiger's eye, seemingly matching her vision. The connection appeared and felt right. The meeting seemed fated. Divine Feminine visited Run in Stockholm, where he asked her for a commitment of 10 years. He knew he was not fated to live longer than that. Instead of accepting this offer of commitment, Divine Feminine ran. This angered Rune. Her friends thought her either stupid or mad for running away from this offer. Divine Feminine was thinking of her children. Years passed. Rune had moved on with his life. Divine Feminine tried to reach him and failed. She emailed his employer, who informed her that Rune had died riding a horse on a beach. This news was heart-wrenching. Although his manner of death seemed noble, the knowledge of his death devastated her. She ran away from him, but she loved him and considered him her soulmate. While knowing Run, but before she knew of her divinity, Divine Feminine had a vision and thought it was of Run on a tropical island or place. She wrote him an apology. She thinks now it was meant for her divine counterpart, whom she now believes, she is uncertain, was born at some tropical place.